What's up, guys? Welcome back to Build Cool again. Today, it's back to work on our dirt bike to street legal adventure bike build. And in this episode, it's finally time to take charge of this wiring harness. So I went ahead and did some more homework and played with this thing a little bit. And as far as I can tell, everything is connected correctly. And I still don't understand why we're just not getting the power we need. So instead of messing with all of this, I think it's going to be best to separate the wiring harness from what the engine needs to run and what needs a battery to run. So I'll have two separate harnesses on this. One harness will just control the motor, the other will be all the electronics. So I'm going to go ahead, flip you guys around. I'll show you guys where we're going to start and what we're going to do, and then we'll do this together, because you guys know as much as I do in this point. I'm not really sure what all I'm going to have to do to make this happen, but we'll figure it out as we go. So with all that being said, you guys, let's get started. Alright guys, so this is the wiring mess that we're starting with today. So what my plan is we're going to go ahead and start by getting all the electrical tape off this thing. It's just going around holding the wires together here, and we need everything to just kind of open up. So I'm going to kind of go through, lay out what's supposed to go where, and from there we'll go through, take the tape off, because we need to make sure all these wires stay. Anything that's connected to stuff we're going to need, we'll go ahead and get all that stuff put to the side so it can stay and try to get rid of what we don't. But we still want to keep the other harness here, so we're going to try to save as much of this stuff, maybe kind of lay it under the bike or something. That way we can separate what goes to lights and what goes to the engine just to make it run. Hope that made sense. I'm still kind of confused, but we'll get through this. So let me go ahead, get you guys all set up, and then we'll start going through and figuring out this mess of a wiring harness. So let's get started. chopped a lot out of that wiring harness. Everything seems correct, but for some reason now the ignition switch is working opposite. So if you turn the key on, that kills the bike. If you turn it off, the bike wants to run. On top of that, now when I try to kickstart it, it's kicking back super hard, like the ignition's out or something wonky's going on. I took the cover off for everything here. I looked at it, I thought maybe I sheared a keyway or something, but everything looks fine. So, I'm not 100% sure. I feel like it's probably a CDI box or maybe even a coil. So I just went ahead and ordered that stuff. So hopefully that will allow us to be able to fire this thing up. While I went ahead and ordered that, I did order a new turn signal switch and all that, so we can wire all that up as well, but we're just going to be having to wait until stuff shows up so that way we can take care of this. So it may be a week or two before we get a new episode. I don't know. As soon as it shows up, we'll be able to make some more headway. Who knows, maybe I'll do another episode of putting the chain on and stuff. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, because for some reason when I kick it, the wheel wants to spin. Last thing I need is this bike to be jumping around trying to run away from me while I try to start it. So I'm going to go ahead, set this thing to the side, and we'll pull out the trike, because I'd like to go ahead and get the motor pulled off there. I'm going to go ahead and remove the governor off camera, because there's 100 tutorials of that on YouTube. I don't want to waste more time. I feel like I'm just wasting time with the wiring harness, but who knows? Some of you may find it interesting. I don't really find it interesting. It's more of a headache for me so far, but hopefully once we overcome these hurdles, it'll go a lot smoother. So I'm going to go ahead, move the bikes, do some rearranging in here, and then I'll get you guys set back up. We'll get that motor pulled, and we'll call it a wrap on this week's episode. So with all that being said, let's keep going. So after another long day and a lot more headaches, we did manage to go ahead and snip the wiring harness up to just the bare bones, and we did get the motor out of the trike. So that's one step in the right direction. Now hopefully everything will start showing up, so that way we can do some modifications on the trike, or who knows, maybe we can finish the wiring harness on this thing. I'd like to try to do the wiring harness off camera. I just don't want to waste your guys' time. But if you guys are interested in it, let me know and I'll film it. Just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. If I don't have anything else lined up, maybe I'll film it. Who knows? But I can't promise we're going to have an episode next week. Just kind of depends on everything right now, because now we're waiting on parts. I did not want to be in this situation, but it is what it is. It kind of comes with the territory. So, before we get out of here, let's go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep on building cool. Things are getting really close here. We just need to cross our T's and dot our I's, and hopefully everything will get done right. We're really close, and then the new project sitting right here will be unveiled, and I can't wait for that to come. It'll be really cool to move on to something new. I feel like I've been doing the dirt bike project for months and months at this point, and it's so close. I just want to be able to ride it and enjoy it at this point. So with all that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace!